Just your thoughts on being named a captain for this team and what it means not only for you, but for all these guys that got put into that position.
I think it's huge, and it's the greatest honor I've ever received to be voted on by your peers and put in a position to lead this team like these seniors have been doing, just be named captain. I've never been a captain in anything, not Little League baseball, not high school football, nothing. So, it's the first time, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I don't let this team down.
You're the only offensive captain. Does that put any extra pressure on you, or they got 3 on the other side of the ball?
No, I wouldn't say that there's pressure. I think, we still got 16 seniors all together that are doing what they're supposed to do, and it's not like all of a sudden everyone just stops leading and then I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Everyone is still doing the same things. It's just, I just have a C next to my name. But all these seniors have done such a great job, and like I said before, this is the greatest honor I've ever received.
Taylor, how have you seen the offensive line come together and progress through the course of camp and in preparation?
I think they've done a phenomenal job. I think the depth chart came out, so I guess I can talk about it now. So Graham Glasgow's playing next to me, Jack Miller at center, and Kyle Kalis at right guard. I think those guys, it was a huge competition, and it came down to who really wanted it more, who was going to play consistently, and I think those guys have done a great job as far as being a cohesive unit. These guys understand that we're a team within a team, and this team's going to live or die based on what we do.
What did Jack Miller do to distinguish himself? What did you see?
He knows the calls really well. He plays hard every single snap. Like I said, he's quick with his calls. Jack does a lot of great things, and I'm excited that he's our center. I'm excited for him, Graham, and Kyle all getting their first start on Saturday.
Just following up on the offensive line there, with 3 new guys, and from the outside it looked like, could be a transition, could be difficult at first, but then we hear about how physical this line is. Would you expect it to be a punishing offensive line right out of the blocks, or is there a transition?
I expect it to. I absolutely expect this team to be a punishing offensive line. That's what we should be. In Michigan football, we have a huge tradition of Michigan offensive linemen, and a great Michigan offensive lineman. These guys, there's a standard at the position. There's a difference between starting and playing well. There's plenty of guys that are on the country that probably start that aren't that good of players. But here there's a standard for the position, so I expect all of them to push guys up the line of scrimmage, protect our quarterback, and make sure we get yards.
You mentioned that this is the greatest honor that you've received, to be named a captain. When Tom Brady talked to you guys last week, he mentioned 14 years in the NFL, he has multiple Super Bowl MVPs, and being named a captain at Michigan is still the biggest honor he's received. What kind of perspective does that give you on, I guess, what sort of a big deal this is?
It's huge, and like I said, being a captain, 133 years in Michigan football, being put in this situation, it's unbelievable. I just don't even have the words to explain it, how excited I am for this team and how happy I am about being named captain.
Obviously, there's been a little bit of movement on the offensive line in the last few weeks. When did you start seeing that Glasgow was kind of taking the guard spot over for himself? And
It was recent. He was playing a lot of center. Still is going to play a lot of center. Guard, both going back and forth and stuff. Chris Bryant was in the mix a lot. I think, but it really was, until it came down to Coach Funk saying, all right, these are the starting guys. This is what we're going to do. Let's start practicing like it. That's really what it was. So
with Braden, he was playing a little inside. What stood out to you about him that led you kind of think that he could play tackle or be a backup?
He's 6'7", 315 pounds, and has 12% body fat. Pretty sure he can play anything he wants at this point. So he's athletically gifted. He's a freak. He needs to learn the system a little bit better. But I think he's going to do a great job playing guard or tackle or tight end or slot receiver, whatever you want him to play. He's a good athlete and he'll do well.
Taylor, we asked you, over to your left here, we asked you about the offensive line almost every week up here last year, and sometimes you got a little upset with us if we were critical or whatever. Is there a difference between this group now and last year's group? I mean, is it consistency, I'm sure, is kind of the stress point right now?
Yeah, I think we're much more consistent. We're doing a lot of things. These guys are really buying into the program, understanding what it means to be a Michigan offensive lineman, and so they're taking it to heart. When you take something to heart, you're going to give 110% every Saturday. So that's what I expect out of them. That's what I expect out of myself.
This is the last time you'll have an opening game. What do you expect to be feeling when you wake up on Saturday morning?
Nothing more than focus on the game. I'll worry about the emotional stuff after the season's over. I'm not here to watch P.S. I Love You and cry myself to sleep. I'm here to play football. So when Saturday rolls around, I'm here to play a football game. It's not about me. It'll never be about me. It's about the team.